Hello and welcome back to Hi-Fi Lo-Fi. Today, Minidisc, also known as MD. Here in Japan, most people say MD. Right, for starters, let's look at this one. This Sony 80-minute, later Minidiscs, as with CD, became 80 minutes. The first Minidiscs I ever bought were 74 minutes back in the 90s. And in recent years, well, indeed, I don't know what year they introduced 80 minutes, but I suspect it was sometime around the same era that the compact disc was increased to 80 minutes. This one is made in Japan. It clearly says they're made in Japan. Quite minimalist yet premium looking, I think, with the silver and red. So I've got, as you can see, I've got quite a few of those. This one is not the same series, but I've opened this. This is Sony's basic series of Minidisc, which are still available to buy on Amazon in Japan. You can just about make out, I think, there it says basic, if I get the light right on that. And the packaging is, well, it's also rather basic and rather naff looking. And I don't know whether there's a discernible sound quality between, say, a basic one and a more expensive disc if you record on the same equipment. So if you use very good Minidisc decks, then you probably will get a good sound regardless of the disc, but I need to test that out. Don't really know. I suppose that's a subject for future videos, isn't it? Let's have a look at this. I can open one of these. I've got quite a few of these, and then I definitely will use some because I do like Minidisc. All right, there we are. Looks like I need to do something. How do I? All right, there, like that. Okay. Let's have a look. The wrapping on these things, I just always remember being difficult, but there we are, I got it. Getting it, still difficult. I'm not going to edit this, by the way, it's just, I just can't be bothered. I just, on my kitchen table here, it's all very amateur. And here we are, gosh, yes. Well, it looks basic, but it's obviously different to the other one. And yeah, it looks alright. Pretty simple, isn't it? I've always had a soft spot for Minidisc, and I think just having physical media is always something special. And I'm already getting my grubby mitts on it, but getting fingerprints on it. You of course have this inlay card, so sort of sticker thing that you write your write whatever music or recording is on it, and then you can stick it on there. And yeah, I'm not here to talk about the hardware today, but I will do some videos on Minidisc decks and the like, because I've got various equipment to show you. So yeah, that's an 80-minute Minidisc. Not too expensive. I didn't pay too much for these. So what else have we got? We've got HiMD. Now, HiMD was introduced a lot later. Gosh, it was, I think it was 2002 maybe it was introduced. And HiMD, as you can see, it's got this 1 GB, so it can hold 1 GB of data. It can also be used for data storage. Now, back in the day, data storage was really quite a big issue for computers, and having 1 GB of storage, portable storage, in this kind of format and size was extremely revolutionary. It was really, really good. And I mean, if you think back in 2002, you were probably still using floppy disks. And if you compare this to a floppy disk which held a lot less data, then that's pretty amazing. Now, of course, it does hold music, and the thing to remember about HiMD is that it only works with HiMD machines. So you cannot use it on machines that are not HiMD compatible. HiMD machines will take regular mini discs also, and you can format a regular mini disc to work on a HiMD machine. The thing about HiMD is it will accept linear PCM, so you can record digitally exactly what is on a CD without any compression, without any loss whatsoever, which is quite remarkable given this size. So if you don't use linear PCM, if you can use it as a regular 8-track mini disc format, and if you do that, it will hold absolutely hours. I mean, if you just use regular short play, it holds a lot of music. But if then you go to, say, long play, and there are two, usually there are two options for long play, LP2, LP4, long play 2, long play 4. Long play 4 being the highest compression. If you say use long play 4 and compressed a lot, you could fit absolutely hours and hours of continuous music on there. Quite remarkable. So I think it would probably be quite good for, say, background music in some sort of shop or restaurant or something like that. However, I have used this. I've got the one I'm showing you. I think I've got 3 in total. For some reason, I can't find the other 2, which is rather annoying because I wanted to show you them wrapped, and I just cannot find them at the moment. So I will find them, but I've already unwrapped this one and recorded on it. I'll say one thing that's slightly annoying about Minidisc in this type of case is that I find them very easy to fall out. So, for example, if you're fumbling around in your car, on the flip side of that, they are easy to remove from the case, of course, because if you take something like, what have we got in here? Right, this is an old one. So this is an old 74 JVC MD74. This style of case is just more secure. The disc stays in better. So this style of case, as I said, I just find that they just fall out too easily, and yeah. But this style of case, I just think is better in terms of keeping the disc more secure, and yeah, like that. So yeah, it's just a personal preference, I know. That's got the inlay card missing for some reason. By the way, these old JVC MD, these are old ones from the 90s. I do occasionally have issues that they won't play for some reason. Yeah, occasionally get issues. So I don't know if that's like going to be a big issue, because I have got, in this box here, I've got a whole stack of old JVC MDs, and there's one with the inlay card, and yeah, so I've got a whole stack of JVC MDs, really loads. I'm not even going to count them. I can see, just looking, there's over 20 in this box. This here is my only pre-recorded mini disc. I don't have any other than this. This is the only one I've got. And this was not one that I bought. This was one that came free with my Minidisc Walkman, my Sony Minidisc Walkman. Obviously, it's going to be the Sony record label, I suppose. And it's not, it's got printed on the actual shell of the mini disc here. So yeah, that's the only mini disc, that's the only pre-recorded mini disc I own. I never bought pre-recorded mini discs. I don't think they were very popular. I don't remember many people. I don't really remember pre-recorded mini discs being sold anywhere. I mean, they must have been sold, I just don't remember them. So they obviously were not a prominent pre-recorded media format back in the day, because the beauty of Minidisc was its home recording ability, of course. And got this stack TDKs. This is actually Clef, CLEF or Clef. 10-pack, unopened. Not going to open it, sorry. Just going to show you it's a 10-pack of TDK recordable mini discs, as it says on it, and yeah, new old stock. That I don't believe TDK still makes them. As far as I'm aware, the only mini discs still being made are by Sony, and I don't even know that they make these anymore. I think they just make these. Where are they? These basics, as far as I'm aware, and not in Japan anymore. So yeah, you can still buy mini disc players in Japan. They're very rare, but it is a format still going in Japan. Japan was a country that was really where Minidisc was at its most popular. So I also have this MD. I should have shown you this as well. This is different. So this is different to this one. This HiMD. I was quite intrigued because when I bought this, I was quite surprised when the box came. I thought there was a mistake because, as you can see, you know, here's what. And look, if you look at it, I thought, well, maybe it's just the packaging. So then, let's get it out. So then, there are 3 in here, by the way. So then, I got this out and I thought, oh no, it's another format. It's some kind of format that I'm not familiar with, and I've made a mistake. I've accidentally bought something that is not a mini disc, that, you know, that is useless to me because I don't have any hardware to use it on. And you can see there, you can see the difference. But it turns out that it is in fact a very posh 1 GB HiMD. It's quite posh, that, and I am impressed with it. There were 3 of these, and I had no idea when I bought it was going to look like this, because I'd never seen such a thing before. I think that looks fantastic. I mean, it's beautiful, isn't it? I mean, it just looks lovely. Even I haven't used it yet. I haven't tried recording on it yet. And again, new old stock. When I received it, it was wrapped in cellophane, you know, plastic wrap, unopened, unused. I haven't used it. Any of the. I've got 3 of these, as I said. Got 3 in the box, and there you go, 3-pack. I haven't used them yet, but yeah, absolutely beautiful. So because, and the case, I mean, the case is really premium, isn't it? I mean, it's really posh looking. So yeah, because it came in this case, I initially thought, before I opened it, I thought I was getting something different. But yeah, very pleased with that. Very pleased indeed. Really like it. So what else can I tell you? Well, yeah, I've got like stacks of other mini discs that I've recorded on. TDKs here. What's this one? Maxell. There we are. Maxell GSMD 74. TDK MD 80. They come in all kinds of colours, by the way. JVC. There we are. 74. JVC is a green one. What's this? It's a Sony 74 minute, so this will be older. I'm assuming that all the 74 minutes are older because they appear to be all 80 minutes now. There we are, another TDK there. What we got there? Right, yeah. These are all mine. These are all ones that I've recorded. There was one there, I think, that was actually from an ex. But yeah. What's that? Sony again. Well, I don't know that you really want to see all these, but well, if you don't, then yeah, stop the video. Don't bother. So there we are. Just going through these very, very quickly to show you. Oh, some of these look quite. They're all. Some of these are similar, aren't they? All the same type. Yeah, these are all the same type. I just don't remember buying them. I bought a lot back in the day, and I did use Minidisc a lot. So Yeah. Got a lot of these Sonys, haven't I? What we got here? Okay. Another Sony. Sort of a dark blue colour, that. Another Sony. Not sure what this shock is. I suppose it's sort of, well, I suppose it's the, you know, if people are using it in, say, a Walkman or in their car, I suppose in a Walkman and they're jogging or moving around, you know. And TDK. Right. I think that's all you really probably want to see. I've probably done enough. So what I'll do is I will make a video, and I keep promising videos and I've just been so busy, but I'm going to make videos using my MD decks at some point, and I'm interested to know whether there's any sort of difference in sound between these discs, whether we can tell the difference by listening. What's this one? This looks a bit, it's a TDK MD XG. Here we are, the Sony there. Sony, a red one. Yeah, just going through these pretty quickly. The Sony. Maxell, 80 minutes. This must be a later one. And some sort of strange image on there. Is that supposed to be some sort of insect? I don't know what that's supposed to be. I suspect I bought this in Japan. I suspect this is a Japanese model, because they usually have these kind of unusual images on them, and Colour Club it says on there. Yeah, the different colours as well. This one is a good example of, it just doesn't even stay, you know, it doesn't even stay in this. I'm not like, you know, I'm just like lifting it and it won't stay in the case. So there we are. Yes, another Sony, another Sony, another Sony, and another Sony. Okay. So there you go. You've just seen a rather brief view of my Minidisc collection. And as I said, there is a box full of Minidiscs here that of the JVCs that I showed you earlier. There's one more that has another one of those Sonys. So yeah, this has been Hi-Fi Lo-Fi, a very brief look at Minidiscs, and not sure what the next video is going to be, but stay tuned.